What's up, guys? Cal Proline Junk Removal. Today I'm going to be taking you guys along with me for a couple of jobs, and the scrap metal trailer is also completely full, so we have to go to the scrapyard and get that dumped. But right now I'm headed to go pick up the gooseneck trailer so we can go do these jobs. We just got hooked up to the gooseneck, now we're about to head to the job. Check this out. This job is only 5 minutes away from the trailer, so that's super nice and convenient. So I'm gonna head that way and I'll pick up the camera once I get there. Alright, we just made it to the job. This is the pile right here. Small pile, just everything here, and those two pieces of drywall, just not the hand tools in the corner. But everything else right here, that's all we're grabbing. What I'll do is I'll start off with these big pieces of drywall. I'll use these on the ground so it doesn't take up room. Just filled up the trash can, but I'll get these longer parts out of the way first. pretty much 2 piles and that one piece of drywall. What is this? I don't know, but it smells really bad. I gotta bag these paint cans before I go. This is the only scrap we got. Just these two. It's better than nothing though. This is the last piece. This piece of drywall. Alright, well, we just got everything removed. Now we just gotta blow off the floor and get paid. So those jobs are up. Just got finished with that job. That was also a super quick, easy job. We were in and out probably about 20 minutes. So yeah, it was a good job. It's a quick job. Yeah, I'm gonna drop off the gooseneck right now, and I'm gonna go pick up the bumper pole, and that one is completely full. And that's the trailer I use for metal. So we're gonna go scrap that trailer. And in the meantime, I just pulled up to my neighbor's shop because that's where I keep the gooseneck. He's got the garage open. So I'll show you a couple of his cars he's into classic cars, stuff like that. So I'll show you guys that real quick just because it's cool. Then I'll go hook up to the bumper pole and head to the scrapyard. Alright, I just got hooked up to the bumper pole. Gonna ready to dump this. It's a pretty good amount of metal. I'll show you guys the angle from the back. Couple of fridges, whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff, a dryer. So there's a good bit. I also scrap wire, so I'm gonna bring this tub. I don't know how many gallons this tub is, but it's a good amount of wires in there, so hopefully it's a little extra money. The only thing I really kind of scrap now is just shred metal, batteries, wire, and copper. Other than that, I really don't separate it, unless if I have a large quantity of it, then obviously I will, but for the most part, that's mainly it. So I'm guessing this load, if I were to guess, I'm gonna get paid for the shred metal, I'll say 120 bucks, and then for the wires, 30 bucks. Fingers crossed I get that. That'd be a nice, you know, that's nice extra money right there, but we'll see. So I'll pick up the camera once I get to the scrapyard. All right, we just made it to the scrapyard. Kind of show you around. So this pile right in front of me that you guys can view, this is their steel pile. So it's only steel. It's pretty much all of it is just shred too. It's not like precious, it's just all steel. So we just drove around this pile. This is still the steel pile. To the right of me, to the left of me. This is the metal when it comes out. This is it chewed up. I got a couple piles right here. So that's metal when it gets chewed up. And then from this pile, let me roll up the window. From this pile right here with these two cranes, that's the shred pile that I'm gonna be dumping, the tin pile. So pretty much this guy, well, this guy helps him out first. He throws it up there to the top, then this guy will get it off the top, then he puts it on the shredder, and then that's where you saw it comes out right there. So that's the shredded tin pile. And then over here, like I said, that's the steel pile. And then we got like aluminum cans over there. And then on the other side of this building, they keep the copper and stainless steel, stuff like that, the precious metals. But yeah, look at this guy tearing apart a 18-wheeler trailer. Nice. So here we go. This is what I ended up paying out. $253 total, and then we got $184 in metal and $69 in wires. All right, guys. Yeah, that paid pretty well, honestly. I was pretty much spot on. I was off by $30 on the metal, but I mean, those wires, that was, I got a good bit for those wires, $69 for those wires, and I pretty much just filled up a 17-gallon tote, and that was it. So yeah, 70 bucks for that, I'll definitely take that, because what I thought before, like I said, was only $30, and it was more than double that. So there's no complaining with that, for sure. at that. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but there was an excavator on top of a train cart. It's pretty cool. Anyways, guys, what I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna swap trailers here in a second, just so I don't load this one with junk and then have to unload it later. So I'm gonna go swap trailers, and then once I get to the next job, I'll pick up the camera then. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that last clip in the next video, just so this video doesn't get too long. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys come back in the next one.